Texas has some of the most heavily traveled highways in the country, not just in the region, in the entire United States. Interstate 35 running from Laredo through Austin and Dallas all the way north. Interstate 10 stretching from El Paso to Houston. Millions of people drive these routes every year, and along the way, they stop for gas. They pull off at exits, stretch their legs, walk into a station, maybe grab food, and in most places, that is completely fine. But there are cities along these highways where locals will tell you to keep it quick, where the gas station parking lot at night is not somewhere you want to be standing around scrolling your phone. These are 10 of those cities, and the honest truth about which Texas cities have earned that reputation based on patterns and trends over the last 3 years. And just like the housing market, in my opinion, what is happening here is something you are going to start seeing more of across the country in 2026. Let's get into it. Houston. Houston sits along multiple major corridors, including I-10, I-45, and I-69. It is one of the largest cities in America, with millions passing through constantly. Over the last 3 years, crime trends have fluctuated, but certain areas, especially near highway exits, continue to report high rates of property crime. Vehicle theft and break-ins are the biggest issues. Gas stations along some corridors, particularly late at night, are places where locals move quickly. Houston is not unsafe as a whole, but the size of the city means the differences between neighborhoods are massive. The wrong exit can feel very different from the next one. Dallas along E35 and I-30 tells a similar story. Over the last 3 years, violent crime has trended down slightly, but property crime remains persistent in certain districts. Car theft and break-ins near busy commercial exits are ongoing issues. The city is growing fast, and with that growth comes uneven policing and infrastructure strain. Most stops are fine, but locals will tell you there are specific exits where you don't hang around longer than necessary, especially after dark. San Antonio. San Antonio on I-10 and I-35 has seen rising property crime rates in certain parts of the city over recent years. The metro has expanded rapidly, and not all areas have kept pace with services. Gas stations near some highway corridors report higher incidents of theft and loitering, particularly at night. During the day, it is a different environment, but after hours, awareness matters more. Austin might surprise people. Known for its culture and rapid growth, it has also seen an increase in certain types of crime over the last 3 years, especially property-related. Areas near I-35 exits can vary widely. Some are clean and busy, others see frequent reports of car break-ins. The city is still relatively safe overall, but the gap between the best and worst areas has widened. Waco sits directly on I-35 between Dallas and Austin, making it a natural stop for travelers. Over the last few years, crime rates, especially property crime, have remained above average for a city its size. Certain gas stations near highway exits have become known locally for theft and suspicious activity after dark. It is not the entire city, but the pockets that exist are enough that locals pay attention. Killeen near Fort Cavazos brings a different dynamic. Military presence means a constantly changing population, and over the last 3 years, crime trends have been inconsistent. Property crime and assaults fluctuate, and areas near major roads can feel unpredictable at night. Travelers passing through often do not realize how quickly conditions can change from one block to the next. Beaumont, along I-10 near the Louisiana border, has struggled with crime for years, and recent data continues to show elevated rates of both violent and property crime. Gas stations near the interstate are frequent stop points, but locals often recommend choosing well-lit, busy locations if you have to stop. The difference between stations can be noticeable. Odessa off Interstate 20 has seen fluctuations tied to the oil economy. Over the last 3 years, crime has remained a concern, particularly property crime and theft. Boom and bust cycles create instability, and that shows up in certain commercial areas. Travelers stopping along I-20 often keep things quick and straightforward. Amarillo along I-40 is a major cross-country stop. Millions pass through every year. Crime trends over recent years show persistent property crime issues, particularly vehicle theft and burglary. Some areas near highway exits have built a reputation among frequent travelers as places where you stay aware, especially late at night. Lerado, at the southern end of a 35, is a major trade hub with constant freight traffic. While it is often considered safer than other border cities, certain areas still report elevated property crime rates. Gas stations serving heavy truck traffic can feel very different depending on the time of day. Locals tend to know which areas to use and which to avoid after dark. Those are 10 Texas cities along major highways where the advice is simple. Most stops are fine, but some require more awareness than others. Over the last 3 years, the data shows consistent patterns. Property crime clusters around busy corridors, especially where there is heavy traffic and quick turnover. And here is the bigger point. Just like with the housing trends, in my opinion, what you are seeing here is not just a Texas story. Rapid growth, infrastructure strain, uneven policing, and economic shifts are happening across the country. Texas just makes it more visible because of how fast it has grown. If that pattern continues, 2026 is likely going to bring more of this in cities nationwide. Not everywhere, not all at once, but enough that paying attention to where you stop, even for something as routine as gas, starts to matter more. Most of Texas is safe. Most highway stops are uneventful, but the difference between one exit and the next can be real. Stay aware, keep your doors locked, don't leave anything visible, and if something feels off, trust it and keep driving. Let me know if you have ever had a stop that didn't feel right. Those instincts are usually there for a reason. If you liked this video, hit subscribe and the like buttons down below, and be the first to know when the next video is up. Thanks for watching and stay safe out there.